Good afternoon, and welcome to a Blind Builds More Than Meets the Eyes episode. Today, we're going to be talking about some Lego minifigures. I've got Carnage, I've got Venom, and I have the Green Goblin with Glider, and I'm going to talk to you about them today. I got them from an Amazon shop called the Brick People Inc. Now, the Brick People Inc. is, so far, I really don't have much to say about them in any sort of negative manner. They've been pretty good. They missed giving me one item. I was supposed to receive two Green Goblins with gliders, but instead I received only one. I contacted them, and Mark from the Brick People Inc. was very quick about getting back to me and has been very wonderful. Already got a shipment code and informed that the extra goblin will be shipping out tomorrow from their location in Canada. Two thumbs up to those guys for the quick turnaround there. I was expecting, 48 hours to wait or something like that. They were there like that. So, if you're looking to get some minifigures and you don't want to utilize Bricklink, you can check out Amazon.com and search for the Brick People Inc. And that's its own little company, and they sell minifigures individually. Now, they have competitive prices, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong. You may be able to find better prices somewhere else, but for Amazon.com, they had very decent prices. And I managed to pick up a few minifigures from them. And in addition to that, if you buy multiple minifigures from them, you only have to pay the shipping once, because the shipping price they'll throw all the minifigures, at least for me, getting four of them. They sent them all in one package. Of course, they missed that one Green Goblin, but I was understanding about that. You order a bunch of minifigures, and if there's multiples of one of them, you can just assume that somebody made a mistake and it was an honest mistake, and they're fixing that for free. I don't have to pay shipping for the next item. So, to them, two thumbs up, and go check them out today. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me being happy with a seller and enjoying the fact that there was that nice turnaround on the communication. I enjoy communicating with people, and I appreciate it when people make it, communicate back to me. Communication is very important for a visually impaired person. So, communicate with a blind person today. Now, let's talk about these. So, first off, we've got the Green Goblin. He comes with two pumpkin bombs, which are minifigure heads. I didn't realize they'd be minifigure heads. I thought they'd be like a special, really fun textured piece, so I could feel pumpkin textures, but instead, they're minifigure heads painted as pumpkins, and they're the pumpkin bombs. I kind of wish there was a smoke effect you could put on top of them, but he's got this fun little hood, and with two ears attached to it. And, he's got, of course, his messenger bag, which is different than the bags that we get with, like, Indiana Jones style characters. It's a different bag. Similar, yet different. Overall, I'm happy with the Green Goblin. I think it's a fun minifigure, and I'm enjoying it. Now, the Goblin Glider, now, you don't get instructions for any of these when you get the package in. So be aware of that. The Goblin Glider came with three 1x2s that were modified with bar on the side. Two of them being utilized for these wing segments, because it comes with two wing segments that have little claws on them to attach to a modified something with a bar on the side. And then it also came with a modified 2x1 that had a hook on the side, a little grabby hook, which I utilized by attaching one of the 2x1s with bars on the side to that hook to make to make something that moves up and down. And then I went about attaching to the section, to that little assembly of 1x2 with hook, and then 1x2 with bar. And then I attached a 1x2 modified with two studs on the side to the bar part, so that it can fold over and have little flames coming out of it and be an engine. Or it can go forwards and burn Green Goblin. And then I put a 1x2 modified with stud in the center tile with a stud on top, that stud having a hole in the center, and I attached those to a modified 1x2 with two studs on the side, which I then attached to the modified 1x2 with hook, which then I clicked into place with this 2x2 modified tile with 2 studs on top in one side of it. And I clicked those into the bottom of that. And now next to it, I attached these 1x2s with that. Actually, I can pull this bottom bit off to better show. So underneath the the 2x2 modified with 2 studs on top, I plugged in these two 1x2 modified with bars on the side that have the little wings attached. And then underneath that, I attached the 1x2 modified with studs on the side. And that, of course, goes in an upward arc. So if it has the 2 studs, then there's a little path that goes up. Some of those go down, but this one, it went up. And that went on the bottom. And that's where I attached the 1x2. But before attaching the 1x2 that's modified with single stud in the center, I attached the 1x2 with bar attachment that I made the assembly out of by attaching the 1x2 with handle. And those all got clipped in to connect the 2 winglets together. And then the 2x2 tile got put on top of those wings. And then for the other side, we had this very unique piece that's a 1x2. No, it's a 2x2 modified with point. It's a very unique piece. It like arches down. We saw this in a few other pieces, especially last year's Advent Calendar. It's a very neat piece. It gives kind of a pointed look to it, and the little slits on the sides kind of give the eyes for the goblin glider. And then I attached that weird piece to this 2x2 reverse tile, where the negative studs are tiled and the positive studs are available for clicking into things. So I attached those 2 pieces to the underside of the winglets, and that's how we get our little glider. You can fold up the little sides of the glider, and then you can turn the little engine up and around. It's a neat little structure. And I attached the engine piece upside down, or the back little piece that moves around upside down, so the negative studs are visible, because I didn't want any regular studs being visible on top of that. And I wanted to try and clean it up as best as possible. And then I attach the Green Goblin to it with his 2 pumpkin bombs. And there we go. It's fun. It's neat. I enjoy it. Now, the Carnage was the simpler figure. This isn't the Carnage. Where's the Carnage? Hey. Carnage, come here. All right, so we'll talk about Carnage first. Carnage here is the simpler minifigure. He is, well, I'm assuming he's red like Carnage, but he came with 4 tentacles. And then those tentacles, he also came with this fun piece that comes with the Iron Spider and the Outlanders from the Endgame series of minifigures. Also, Doc Ock. It is a weird piece that attaches around the neck of the minifigure and has 4 connection points on it for little handles. And these connection points can allow the little handles to move back and forth. And that allows him to do like a tentacle whip in front of him. And he came with 4 of these weird sharp tentacles. And that's just about it. He was a pretty simple minifigure overall. And I get why he was less than Venom. But I, of course, could not get a Venom without getting this guy. So let's go ahead and attach that one back. And this one, of course, attached very uniquely by utilizing these little arms that go off and do a 45-degree angle. And it came with 4 little arms, 4 little tentacles, that thing on his back, and his head, his torso, and his feet. Pretty neat overall. Carnage was a pretty fun figure to find and put together, but the one that made me most confused is Venom, because they just gave Venom all the tentacles. So he came with 4 smooth tentacles that I attached to his back, utilizing these little grabbers that aren't like the grabber arms that came with Carnage. Instead, they're just a little tube that has a gripper on it. And I attached the smooth tentacles, which are a piece that we've seen in the Lego elephants as the tusks. That's a tusk piece for a Lego elephant. And we've got 4 of them to make up his back tentacles. And then we have the sharp ones. We get 3 of the sharp ones, like we see with Carnage, but these, of course, are going to be in black because they're Venom's tentacles. And I put one on top of the head because, why not? It's Venom. He's got tentacles coming all over the place. And then we have two that, one each I attach to the little grabbers or the little handles so that he can hold some tentacles. And we came with a bunch of cone pieces, so I stood him up on two cones to be like, he's standing on some tentacles. And then we, in addition to those tentacles, which so far, there's one, two, three, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He also came with these little knives, tentacles, and it's a little sharp tentacle. Found a piece similar to this in the Goblin King set from The Hobbit, and these are usually assembled like giant knives and stuff. It's a neat little piece, and I'm pretty sure they did this one in black. And it's got a little stud with hole in the center underneath it, because this piece right here is just if you twist off the stud, it's just got a bar. So a minifigure could hold it in their hand, or you can attach it to this. And then the idea behind this, I'm assuming, is I can take these little knife ones, the small ones, and put them around the minifigure as if tentacles have gone in the ground and they're sticking up out of the ground around him. I think that's what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to pose him like on a roof or something, and then have a bunch of tentacles coming out of the ground all around him because it's Venom. Yeah. I do wish that the Carnage had gotten this many tentacles so I could have this much fun with Carnage. But I'll accept Carnage's tentacles. They're also a lot of fun. These are some amazing minifigures, and I'm glad I could find them. The Amazon.com, the Amazon app on my phone has been the best type of shopping app that I have found for my visual impairment. It works with my accessibility software quite well, and it is not near as confusing as Bricklink. So that's why I get my minifigures from Amazon, and I just found this store, and I'm going to be utilizing them again. I appreciate their customer service. I appreciate the speed of which they ship the items to me, and I am really happy with the fact that they're shipping me the replacement item for the missing item within 24 hours of me calling it in. And that is some good customer service. That's not something you get very often anymore, and it's important to be aware of that. So to them, I give them 2 thumbs up, way up, for how they've dealt with me and how just polite they've been. So to Mark from the Brick People Inc., thank you. Thank you so much for the help, Mark. And I hope that you find this video. And I hope that you, my listeners and my viewers out there, find them. Pretty fun. Merry Christmas to y'all. Thank you for watching. Go below, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.